Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Cow Daily. This is Monday. Today, we're going to be talking about Matt Hancock's eagerly swallowed propaganda campaign. Eagerly swallowed because he likes to swallow a kangaroo's penis. I say penis because I found out you're not allowed to swear in the first 5 minutes of a YouTube video. So I've got a clock in front of us. It's about Matt Hancock on that today. So it's going to be really hard to get to the 5 minutes mark without swearing. And that goes forever, but particularly this particular one. Let us know if you're in the comments. I see the lags kicking in and people are starting to join. So if you could let me know that you're around about, that will be sound. Get the week started off right. But in the meantime, patreon.com/cow daily. That's patreon.com/cow daily. You can also make a one-off contribution to our work via PayPal. The link is in the description. Cheers, chaps. What else do we have? We have, as I said, we're trying to get the channel monetized. So youtube.com/cow daily. That's youtube.com/cow daily. If you're watching this show live or even the playback anywhere, please watch it on YouTube for the time being if you can, because it really does help towards getting those watch hours. And we're only about 1,500 away from the 4,000. I'd love to get it by the end of the year. By Christmas would be absolutely mint. So any help, youtube.com/cow daily. And also if you could share the show as well, tell a friend to tell a friend. That will be absolutely top. I'm a bit loath to start this until after the 5-minute mark in regards to Matt Hancock. So I'm going to try and long this out for as long as possible because I will lose me rag in this one. It's a knock and bet. I've been researching this since like 6 o'clock this morning, obviously since the reality show finished yesterday. And I can't quite get my head around the British public, or at least like sections of it. The denialism, the infantilization, the just general vibe of people. Don't get us wrong, there are some people going in on this and actually telling the truth, but there's a hell of a lot of people that are just lost. They're lost, and we'll make a case for why that is. And I'm not holding back. The time for like soft soaping and all of that, which to be fair, I've never really fucking done, but to an extent, for maybe about 5 years, there was a bit of that. This is about accountability. Nobody's holding anybody accountable here, it seems. Meanwhile, bereaved families of people who needlessly died from COVID, which we'll be hearing from in a clip in this show towards the end. It's disgusting. And that's to put it mildly. Mildly. So for people who don't know, who maybe you're not from the UK or whatever, there's a politician called Matt Hancock. He's the former health secretary, and he was the health secretary during COVID. His detractors call him the death secretary. We'll show why that is using evidence as this piece progresses. He's currently, or was until last night, in a reality TV show, and I use the term reality loosely, where people go into the Australian jungle and eat kangaroo penises. That's what it boils down to. And they do it for the delectation of the masses back home who seem to want to be able to forgive anything. Nearly swore there, we're on 3 minutes 54. Anything flipping whatsoever if you go and eat a kangaroo penis on the telly, apart from if like you're a lefty or something. I don't even know. I don't even understand thought processes of people who will go ride or die for somebody who, as we'll see, allowed COVID to be released into care homes where vulnerable people live, into care homes. And people are clapping and cheering. Oh, I quite like Matt. Matt's quite funny. Matt's all right, isn't he? Matt. Matt Ademus, I'm so close to swearing. 20 seconds to go until the swear is allowed, until we're out to unleash the Kraken. I mean, this is the maddest thing in the world, isn't it? But like, you can't have a monetized channel if you're swearing in the first 5 minutes, apparently. So 4 minutes 55, fantastic. Thanks, whoever wrote those guidelines. That's 5 minutes. Back at Hancock, what a fucking cunt he is. Anyway, here's why he's a cunt. But before that, let's take some comments. Bob Grady's in the house. Hello, Bob. Nice to see you in South Wales there. Mia Mantry's in. Hi, I'm here. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Jacqueline Hemmons is in. Hi, Mia. Hi, everyone. Hello. Bob's saying, you were going great, but didn't make it to the 5 minutes. On my clock, Bob, right? On my clock, it said 5 minutes and 1 second, right? And that's the master clock, right, Bob? So fuck YouTube's clock. Anyway, Leanne's in. Afternoon all. Nice cat, mate. Nice one. Right. Some of you might know this stuff, but I'm going to explain it, hopefully, to the level of somebody who just doesn't know about any of this stuff. Based on some of the frigging comments I've pulled up from the Newcastle Evening Chronicle, lionising this fool, I'd suggest it's directed at them. Right. Some background as a reminder, right? This is a clip from a BBC documentary, right? We'll stick it on and we'll just remind ourselves who this person is. Let's remind ourselves. Here we go.
In January, the government designated COVID-19 as what's called a high-consequence infectious disease. The Health and Safety Executive had already investigated what PPE was needed when tackling a high-consequence infectious disease. It concluded all staff should wear a respirator face mask, full face visor, and a gown. And the government has a legal obligation to make sure NHS staff have the right kit.
But 6 weeks ago, the government downgraded COVID-19. The most consequential disease of the last 100 years was taken off the list of the highly consequential infectious diseases.
Here are the recommended PPE components: apron, alcohol hand rub, gloves.
At the same time the virus was downgraded, the government weakened the guidelines on PPE.
Step 1. Put on your disposable apron.
Health workers were now told they were safe to wear the less protective aprons and surgical masks in all but the most dangerous situations.
Carefully make this type of surgical face mask is secured around the ears with elastic.
This must have been done because they realised that they weren't going to have enough equipment and they needed somehow to have a story that stacked up with actually being caught out on supplies.
Should COVID-19 be on that list?
COVID-19 is the biggest infectious disease to hit this country in the last 100 years. Why on earth shouldn't it be in the most serious category of classification?
So, as you can see, dodgy things were afoot at the time. A couple of things I'd like to read out here, which didn't have time to make the cut. This is from Dr. Rachel Clark at Dr. Oxford on Twitter. And what she's saying is, I really couldn't care less how cheerfully or humbly Matt Hancock eats a camel's penis. Nurses in my hospital died of the COVID they caught there thanks to inadequate PPE. As we've just seen in that clip from, I believe, Panorama, he authorised sending residents back to care homes when we knew they had COVID. He's never apologised. Apologised. He should be in the fucking jail, man. Not eating a kangaroo's wang in the fucking rainforest while Ant and Dec cackle on. And by the way, that one with the big fucking Alfie Ant, he fucking voted Tory. And he fucking regrets it as well, by the way, because he said as much. Anyway, going on. Nafia Afzal. I don't care that Matt Hancock comes across so well and I'm a celebrity. His decision to stop community COVID testing on the 12th of March 2020 led to my brother's death, alone and at home 4 weeks later. Ditto tens of thousands of others. I cannot forget that, and nor should you. No, we fucking shouldn't, should we? But it turns out what they've been doing is hiring a fucking PR firm. A PR firm So what they've been doing is gaming the votes via a PR firm, right? And getting the younger generation via TikTok to vote for them. It is claimed because they say it is some kind of piss off the old people type thing. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's what I've been reading up on. Absolutely mad. So, further evidence here. Article more than 1 year old from The Guardian. Matt Hancock acted unlawfully by failing to publish COVID contract. High Court judge rules failure to publish details of contracts within 30 days was transparency breach. That's from Friday, the 19th of February, 2021. More from this. Health Secretary Matt Hancock acted unlawfully by failing to publish multi-billion-pound COVID-19 government contracts within the 30-day period required by law. A High Court judge has ruled. The judge, Mr. Justice Chamberlain, ruled the failure to do so breached the vital public function of transparency over how vast quantities of taxpayers' money was spent. The judgment is a victory for the Good Law Project, a crowdfunded not-for-profit organisation that is making a series of legal challenges related to the government's procurement of PPE. Also, as an aside, the guy who set it up banged out a fox on Boxing Day a few years ago, but we'll say no more. He did it with a baseball bat. I've just said more. So, as we can bloody well see, this is an absolute fucking piss take. An absolute fucking piss take of the highest degree. They're putting this dickhead in, right, into a so-called reality show on primetime telly after all this stuff that he's done. He's been paid $400K and he's not at his job during all of these overlapping crises and when the fucking COVID inquiry's going on. Are you fucking serious, man? Like, why are people soft soaping these people? Why are people, and I'm talking like people who could actually do something about it, where is the fucking condemnation from people who could actually do something here other than the odd mean tweet or something? This bloke is responsible for people losing their family members. Think about that, man. Like, we all should be thinking about that. There's far too many people, and I'm just, fuck this, right? Fuck all of this building a channel shit and fuck all this. This is the truth, and it'll always be telling you the truth. When I came back on after I was ill, right, back online and whatever, one of the first things I wrote was about clinically vulnerable people. And one of the first sort of test shows that Alice and I did was about clinically vulnerable people because Alice is one of them. Zoe, who's here watching this now, she's one of them. Other people like Ronnie Lee, who came on one of the early shows, she's one of those people. I was long-term ill too. I'm lucky enough to have fucking survived, got through it, and come out the other end. Hopefully, I still have me bad days. I still have me brain fogs, but that's by the fucking by. Here we are now, right? The amount of people, right, on that thread, I was shocked at the denialism of what actually has been going on and this whole, we have to move on. We can't ever move on in life, nobody, fully and with respect for all people involved without truth and reconciliation. And that has to be via evidence, not the evidence of whether somebody can chow down on a fucking kangaroo's wang, for fuck's sake. Britain is a joke country. It is fucked in the head. Now, I can understand, right? We're all kind of worn down. God knows I am by all of this overlap and crisis shit. But we should always look for the truth, man. That'll guide you out of this shit. But this seems to be some kind of post-truth society that's being built. PR people, nudge scientists, all of this, messing with the population's individual and collective mind state. I mean, look at some of the examples from the Newcastle Evening Chronicle here. And this isn't just older people, so let's not fucking steam into boomers. This is fucking everybody, young people, old people, whatever, manipulated by propaganda, because that's what this is. Let's call it what it fucking is. Check this. Well done, Matt. Enjoy your lovely time together. In reference to the fact he hugged the person he committed adultery with and mugged his wife off. Like, that's totally fine. Things always happen for a reason. Who are we to judge? Politics should not enter this. Get me out of here. Well done. Politics should not enter it, you dick. He's a fucking politician, so you're quite right. He shouldn't have fucking entered this. After all, you are a human. being sorry you did not win. You did a lot of gruesome trials. Fucking mug, man. Absolute fucking mug lips of the highest level. And this is a young lad on like local to Newcastle saying it. Like the top and fucking bottom of it is this. Gruesome trials. Gruesome trials. I'll show you what's fucking gruesome. Look at this, right? This is a lass from Sunderland talking about losing her dad from the COVID bereaved family support group, right? This is what's gruesome. What happened to this family as one of tens of thousands of family because of this fucking dickhead who's in there chewing down on kangaroo wangs like it's some kind of magic fucking propaganda wand that'll just change people's minds. Turns out it is. Drink the fucking spunk from it, you cunt.
Died in March in 2020, as you said. And at the time, I could have had 5 people at his funeral. I didn't. I had 2 of us. I couldn't have people to hug. I couldn't have a wake. I couldn't have anything to celebrate Dad's life. It was just a really, really bleak affair. And then to learn that while I and so many others were going through all of those things, you've got Matt Hancock kissing in his office. You've got Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak attending parties while the rest of us were trying to do the right thing and grieving in the worst possible circumstances. It's insulting, and it's another kick in the teeth to bereaved families. And I haven't even talked about people who are suffering from long COVID. We are just an irrelevance to them. I think they want us to disappear because they just don't seem to think about the impact of their actions on us.
And we haven't heard from Matt Hancock yet. If you could speak to him about his decision to go on I'm a Celebrity, what would you say to him right now?
Don't go on. You've got a job to do. You've got constituents to serve, and you've got an inquiry to give evidence to. You should not be going on a programme that is going to make a joke out of you.
So that there was Susie Crozier from the COVID bereaved families, right? Let's absorb and listen to these people. These are the people whose opinions matter. The people who've been through this and have been cut adrift by us. We can all take responsibility for this. If we're not speaking up about this, then what the hell are we? Like, these are the people who come off terrible because of this. Friends of mine, man, the family members were in and out of the hospital. Our WhatsApp group, because we couldn't see each other, was just a support group, man. Like, we're seeing this happen from early, in and out of hospital for over a year, still having problems now. And that's one story out of many. And we've let people down, man. We've let clinically vulnerable people down. We're letting these bereaved families down, and we're letting people with long COVID down as well. And I, for one, will not be fucking one of them. People involved with Milk the Cow will not be those people, ever. Because what we do is get up and tell the truth, and we're back people, not these fucking ghouls. All these lick-spittle bastards in the Evening Chronicle, like fucking giving this dickhead ghoul a back rub. He should be in the fucking jail, top and bottom of it. More from these dicks in the Chronicle. So here we go. Few together. Really enjoyed watching Matt. Well done. I found him really funny. I keep laughing, Dick. Well done, Matt. The winner came third. For fuck's sake, man, leave the man alone. Can you tell us what all the others said to each other? Don't think so. Let's just bully Matt. Shut the fuck up. He was a different person, really like Matt. Good old media again, stirring things. They must sleep really well, doing such a good job, and wonder why things are in such a state. What the fuck, man? This one's the worst, though. Well done, Matt. If he wasn't one of the rule makers and still done what he done, no one would bat an eyelid, as many broke the rules also in one way or the other. How do you even unpack that level of fucking stupidity? Because I'm not fucking sugarcoating this shit. And I'm fucking not doing all this fucking be kind shit either. How the fuck are these people who are talking absolute shit the ones who are apparently being bullied? Whereas, as we've seen from Susan Crozier there, from Sunderland, the bereaved family group, absolutely broken up on the telly trying to explain this stuff. Their family and all these other families have been fucking mugged off by the decision, whoever decided to put that cunt on that telly program wants fucking bring into account. Because it starts within these media twats. It's just like a mass version of clickbait, or how can we suspend all morals and get the worst possible people together so more and more people will talk about it and lead to viewing figures and advertising revenue, because that's what the fucking media, print journalism, and fucking everything, online stuff, the lot is based around. Now, we can't exist without like going for monetization. We talk about it enough, but we'll never compromise our fucking integrity. The easiest thing in the world would be, in these times, to compromise our integrity. But, like, why? For money? Fuck off, man. Fucking hate these people, man. And I'm just not even going to try and pretend anymore. They're fucking disgusting people. Fucking gaslighting bereaved families. Disgusting. Putting it mildly. Fucking disgraceful. You should be absolutely disgusted with yourself. Look at this dickhead here as well. 2 seconds. Fucking get this up on the screen here, right? Who remembers this, right? Check this shit out. Fuck right off. Just fuck off. Basically, eat my fucking dick. Not literally, though, on the telly, because I'm not a kangaroo. Fucking hell, man. On national telly, pretending to cry, that guy should have been ran out of public life there and before then, but definitely at that point. We've got the worst people. Now, I've mentioned this before. I've got people I know have worked in proximity to him, right? And they say he's one of the dumbest motherfuckers going. They talk about failing upwards. So they're trying, but also what they're trying to do is pin all of this PPE shit down to like fucking some kind of like, oh, it was just a mistake. And I think it's like this thing within British society, right? Where it's like, at least with a few, where it's like, oh, they were doing their best. Everybody was doing their best, and it was a funny time, and nobody really, honestly, the level of denialism and delusion with people, man. I just can't believe that people would let people who've lost so much because of this pandemic, and you're caping for the people who did it. You've got to look at your fucking self in the mirror when at the end of your life. You've got to think about what you are and what you've done. Imagine gaslighting bereaved families. Imagine that's you. There's no fucking time for pissing about here. Like, unfollow us if you fucking want. Fuck you. Just fuck you, man. Like, the scummiest shit in the world, and we've seen it throughout this pandemic, is fucking all this denial around the pain people are feeling, because that pain makes other people feel discomfort. Because guess what the fucking problem is with this pandemic? It's not fucking over. We can pretend all we want, right? And people will hate me for fucking saying this. Hate on. It's not over. We've got people like Zoe who watches this every day, who is still living the pandemic. People who've got clinical vulnerabilities have been thrown to the fucking four winds. Why isn't there like HEPA filters being put in like public places, workplaces? Why hasn't that been mandated by the government? Because they're corrupt. Fucking corrupt from top to bottom. And you've got people in our local paper in the Northeast, right? Oh, Matt, and there's people saying the alternative, but the majority are all into this fucking bullshit reality TV version of the world. Unreality more like. Load of shite, man. Right, let's see what is happening in the comments. Leanne saying, well said. I don't know which bit, mate, but thank you. Mark Lungley is saying, not playing, chap. Which bit, Mark? Hopefully it's still playing now because I'm not ranting on this again. Robin Foster's in the house. What's he saying? The main, or what she's saying, because Robin's a unisex name, my apologies. The mainstream media journalists and presenters are complicit in this whole shit show. These people owe their huge salaries and celebrity status to pushing the establishment line. Word life on that. Like, no matter how likable they appear, they are not our friends. They are enemies of the people. What a shame that people keep sucking up their bullshit. Absolutely spot on, my friend. Zoe's saying, and these are the fucking words that mean something, because this is a person who's dealing with this. Zoe says, I'm like you, mate, beyond fucking angry with all this bullshit. And Zoe, this is for you and all of the people who are in your position. You're not there alone. Like ever. I'm never fucking walking away from this. Even if it means like the end of fucking MTC because of all the shit that we'll get for it. Can you imagine though, like what kind of fucked up world it is, that the amount of shit we've got for going to bat for clinically vulnerable people. Those people I've had to block who followed with for years because I'm not having that shit anywhere near what was said. If it's done respectfully, but it's all this, you fucking like trying to make people like us out to be weak. I tell you what's weak. Letting people fucking burn. It's because it suits you, because you're tired. We're all fucking tired, man. I'm tired of this shit too. The last thing I want to be doing is fucking this kind of shit. But at the same time, there's people like Zoe who's just who's not been able to live her life. That is unacceptable. Just even on a community level, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable not to be shouting this shit from the rooftops. And that's what this fucking shit is today. We've got to do it, man. Like, please get involved in this accountability thing, because it's not coming from the opposition. It's certainly not coming from the government, because they're all establishment. It's not coming from fucking Jeremy Corbyn either, is it? Because, look, at the end of the day, like, fair play, thanks for everything you've done. But where's this new party? We need some hope. And he's the only person with the profile to carry this in the time that it's coming. And I'm sick and tired of soft soap and that shit as well. So when we're going to fucking do something, and I swear to God, if we had the profile, it would have been done. We would have put ourselves in that firing line. And I fucking have so much respect for the people who are willing to do it. But where's our leaders? Where's the fucking leadership like? It's about fucking time, innit? Anyway, that's Cow Daily. Welcome to a new week. Hopefully tomorrow I'll not be as angry. By the way, we're at 12 o'clock tomorrow. There's no evening one. Explain tomorrow. Right. All the best to you. Thanks for being here as ever. And remember, we don't have to take this shit, man. Like, I'm compromised as hell. Here's me fucking face. Come and join us. Now, let us speak up, man. Let us speak up. Because the whole country, the world is going to like absolute shit. And it's because of people believing a load of old fucking pony. Anyway, enjoy your day. Love yous. See ya.